doing? This is going to be your March 2021 tarot reading. If you're new here, hello. If you're a returner, welcome back. This is Cancer Capricorn Guidance. I'm Sarah, and I'm here to bring you love, light, and guidance through tarot, astrology, and spirituality. Before we get started, in my description box, you can find my email. If you'd like to reach out to me to schedule a personal reading, please feel free to do so. You can also find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. You can find a couple different links to some Spotify playlists. My March playlist is now up, so feel free to check those out. You can also find my PayPal link if you would like to donate to this channel. It would mean so much to me, so thank you so much if you do that. I just want to say that there is construction going on in my house. I'm really sorry if it makes a lot of noise and it's obnoxious. I really got to get this done because I'm running low on time. So I'm sorry if those noises are distracting. I'll try to edit them out, but I'm really sorry about that. But anyways, Leo, I have a brand new deck that I'm going to be using in all the readings now. I'm very excited. It's called Neon Moon. I got it on Etsy from a really great seller. I will link that in the description box. I will also link the I Am Everything deck that I always use, the Oracle deck. And yeah, let's get started. I'm excited to have like more interesting spreads with more cards now. I'm going to start with the Oracle card because I really like starting with those. So Leo, any first messages here for Leo? Whoa, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have in your chart, whatever energy you've been vibing with. These messages are for Leo for March 2021. I really hope that noise isn't getting picked up too much. Maybe you're experiencing a lot of distractions right now, Leo. I'm so sorry. Any first messages for Leo? Any first messages for Leo? I am capable, the number 8. Obstacles are only as large as I believe them to be. I can achieve anything I desire with comfort and ease. I have all the necessary tools to reach my goals. When I lead with positivity and love, helpful people show up to aid my endeavors. I am capable. Leo, maybe you've been experiencing a little bit of loner syndrome where you feel like you have to like do everything on your own, and you feel like maybe you're starting to really put together these plans for some goals that you have for yourself. I know that Leo are very motivated and goal-oriented people. You guys can be big dreamers with big visions and big goals for yourself. But sometimes you step into that mindset of I have to do this alone and I can't ask for help. And you may be struggling with that a little bit where you have these big ideas and goals that you want to reach for yourself, but it's going to require a little bit of team effort. You need to maybe invite some people in to help you or accept help that someone is trying to offer you. But because you're in this mindset of I have to do it alone, it seems really overwhelming, and you may be questioning your capability of it. You may be questioning your ability to do this or get this done or achieve this. So I would definitely keep an open mind and open heart to people that are there to help you. You may be really surprised about the kinds of people that you may find on the way to your goals, and it's okay to let them in and let them kind of in on your vision for yourself. Because I know that you like to I know that you like to be in the spotlight for your hard work, but sharing a goal and sharing the workload to get and reach a goal is really beautiful then, because you can share the spotlight with the accomplishment feeling. I know that was really chunky the way I said that, but yeah, I think Leo, sometimes you struggle with that a little bit where you feel like you have to do it all alone because you want the glory all to yourself, but like opening that space up to allow people to help you reach your goal, it's not going to take away from your shine. Because I think my favorite kind of Leo are the Leos that are using their shine to shine on other people and shed light on other people and help other people shine. I love when Leos do that. Leos are really good at gassing others up and making others see their light. So this may be an opportunity for you to be a leader and help people and invite people in on your team and still be the leader, still be the one calling the shots, but you're gonna need help on whatever this thing you're about to endure on is, because I think the fact that you want to do it alone is questioning you're getting overwhelmed with like, am I capable of doing this? It just takes a little bit of help and aid from other people and positivity about your ability and capability to get it done. You're a Leo. You can get anything done. Don't worry about that part. But you may need to invite some help in and be open to that. So, Leo. right, Leo, let's get into your reading. Let's see what comes up. Any first messages for Leo? Any messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, whatever placements you may have in your chart? Ace of Wands. Love that energy. Any messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, any placements you may have in your chart, any energy you've been vibing with? This could be about you or people in your environment. The roles could be reversed. Just take it how it resonates. Any messages for Leo for March 2021? Messages for Leo for March 2021. Yeah, I'm getting that same energy where you're feeling overwhelmed and like you can't see the end goal, and so you feel like you have to be in this like decisive leadership role where you have to be cold and uninviting and just make the rules, call the shots, maybe cutting people out or cutting people off, but feeling very overwhelmed and wanting to release the burden of this. Maybe release the burden of having to take on something that you didn't want to and questioning your capability of doing it. Maybe something was thrust upon you. You don't really want to take this on. You don't know if you're capable. Any other messages for Leo? There's that Ace of Wands. Any other messages for Leo? You know you have that fire in you. You know you do, Leo. Any other messages for Leo for March 2021? Leo, you're impatient right now. You're very impatient right now, and you're questioning your capability, and you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of taking on this project, going about this, going towards reaching this goal. You may be feeling a little bit of an energy drain. You may be feeling not quite in balance and ready to take on something like this because you're worried that's going to keep you off balance or throw you off balance. There's something about not feeling that you have the energy within you. There's something about feeling a little bit powerless and worried about giving up power. Like I said, you're worried about giving up a little bit of your power in order to invite people in to help you. But there's an emotional sturdiness that's going to get you through this. So Leo, for the overall energy, we have the Temperance reverse. There's something here about you feeling impatient. I'm really getting this impatience, like, I want to get there. I want to get there now. It's not that you don't want to put in the work. It's not that you're not capable of putting in that hard work. It's just that you're really, really thinking about the end goal and how beautiful and wonderful it's going to feel when you accomplish that, and the tangible results of that, the tangible rewards of that you're like, I want to get there now, but not realizing that cutting corners or skipping steps is going to get you there, sure, but when you get there, it's not going to be this place of like balance and peace and, you know, stability that you really want. It's going to be half-assed. It's going to be not complete. There's something that's going to be missing. And I really think that there's an impatience here. There's a lack of temperament that's going to keep you steady and consistent. And I feel like there's something here about your energy coming in bursts and your like level-headedness kind of coming in bursts, coming and going. It may mess with your ability to kind of do this consistently and steadily to reach that goal, because that's what it really takes to get there. But there's something here about wanting to kind of jump to the end, just jump to the finality part, without having to put in too much work, without having to struggle too much. What's actually going to get you to that end goal without having to put in all this ridiculous work that is leaving you feeling overwhelmed right now, looking at the giant mountain that you want to climb, What's really going to help you get there without putting in the most work is asking people for help. That's all I'm going to say. There's something here about you feeling hopeless, or not hopeless, just like it's like this daunting feeling. You're feeling very overwhelmed. Like, what's the point of this? If I do this, what will be the point? What will be the end goal? What will be the reward at the end? What will I gain from this? Maybe you are looking at the mountain, but you can't see the summit. You can't see the top of the mountain. And that's leaving you feeling like, well, why would I do this? Why would I embark on this if I don't know what I'm going to reach at the top, if I don't know what the end goal is really going to be, what the reward is going to be? Like, I know what the end goal is. I just don't know what I'm really going to get from it. But I'm feeling like, I'm feeling a little bit of like you were reluctant to take on this project, or this project was kind of put upon you. Maybe you were given this task by like a boss of some sort. Someone gave you this thing to do, and it's really daunting and overwhelming, and maybe it's not something that you want to do, but it's something that maybe you're not super 100% passionate about, or you feel like you don't have the energy to do. You feel like you were maybe burdened with it and you really want to release that. But it's something that you're going to step into a leadership position in order to make the right decisions, call the right shots, be the delegator. It's that energy of like, you need to take people onto your team, and that's going to help you accomplish this better. I think you need to step into that role of the Queen of Swords, where you're calling the shots, you're making the decisions, you're maybe not the warmest, most inviting leader, but you're getting shit done. You're kind of cutting shit off, cutting people off that aren't necessary, that aren't part of the project. You're keeping things on track. You really have this clear-cut, focused vision about where this is going. There's some conflicting energy there. You really have a clear-cut vision of where this is going, but you're not super excited about it. Maybe you're like, okay, that's the end goal, but like, what am I going to get out of it? I'm not that excited about getting there. Maybe you're just like, whatever, I just want to get there because I'm exhausted by this. This is tiring me the fuck out and I don't want to do it anymore. I think when you do release that though, whatever this burden is to you, when you do finally release that energy, it's going to come in like the Ace of Wands. I think that you're going to have some kind of aha moment, like a sudden spark of creativity or energy or motivation, or suddenly this clear-sightedness about what the end goal is and how you want to get there and why it's important for you to do this and why it's important for you to get there. It's going to something's going to trigger some kind of reinvigoration of like energy and creativity and passion. But there's definitely something here about not being ready to give up a little bit of your control, not being ready to give up that leadership. Maybe you are in a leadership position where you are calling all the shots and you are really taking on a lot more than you can handle. And it's feeling very overwhelming and burdensome, and you're feeling out of balance, you're feeling impatient, but really what you need to do is to delegate and to let other people help you, and to delegate some tasks to the people that you're leading so that more things can get done, so that you can be back in the creative space of, being the big picture visionary of this, and then delegating the small tasks to everyone else to help get this done. Because there's something here about being really reluctant to give up your power, give up your leadership. Like, doing so would put you in a position of feeling powerless. Delegating tasks would put you in a position where you don't feel in control, and that makes you really uneasy. Leos, I know how you are. You guys are fixed signs. You love being the leader. Not because you love taking on a ton of responsibility, just because you love things going a certain way. You have a very specific vision of how you want things to go a lot of the time. And so you feel that you are the best fit for making that vision and goal happen. But you need to remember how to delegate and how to not be such the Queen of Swords and be like, I need to be the leader, I need to be in control, I need to call all the shots, I need to do all the work. It's about delegating. It's about giving tasks to other people and trusting that they will do it right. There's something here about not trusting that other people will get it done right, and not trusting anyone else to be the leader, not ready to give up that power, not ready to give up that leadership. But there's a King of Cups here. It could be you, it could be someone in your environment. I'm getting that it's someone in your environment that's going to soften you up and teach you how to be a more personable, warm, interpersonal leader. There's something here about needing to step into a leadership role that's more connected to the people that you're leading. Because the Queen of Swords and the Emperor reverse is like shitty boss, rude to the point. I'm not saying this is you. You could be stepping, into this territory a little bit, but I'm getting that like, you're a boss right now that maybe is not the type of boss that you would want to have. And so you're in a place where you're just very boss energy, where you're like calling the shots. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta be in control, period. There's an aspect of personability, connecting with the people that you're leading, connecting with the people on your team, being comfortable with them, emotionally connecting with them, being friendly with them, being friends with them, having a shared vision because you're all passionate about this thing, because you all have an emotional connection to this end goal. There's something here that's missing there. I think that's something that you may need to be stepping into. And I think the way that you're taking on this leadership role, and not the best way, and being kind of controlling, like overly controlling, is making you feel really impatient, is making you feel really out of balance. There's a need to delegate tasks and to bring back in that personable, emotional aspect. That's going to really emotionally ground you, and it's going to really help the project or whatever this is, or the team, really move forward more steadily, and it'll kind of clear the skies, and you'll be able to see the summit. You'll be able to see the end goal. You'll be able to see what the possibility of the final results may be. And you'll start to feel a little bit more hopeful, like this is worth it. This is worth it for you to be leading this project, leading this team. All right, let's pull some clarifications for y'all, Leos. Maybe you were put into a leadership position and you didn't really want to be, and that's why you don't really know how to be a great leader. Like, you're like, okay, yeah, I can call shots, I can direct people, I can do all these things, but I'm not good at like connecting with people and telling people how to do these things. I just feel like I have to do it all myself. And that's really not the greatest leader, because then what's the point of having people that you're leading? What are they supposed to do? You got to delegate certain things to them. That's going to help everything get done. Can I get a clarification for the Temperance reverse? For Leo? The Two of Swords. Yeah, you feel like you're put into a position of having to decide, having to choose, having to make tough decisions. I'm really feeling like you were put into this position and you didn't want to be. You didn't want to be in this position of power. You didn't want to be in this position of having to call the shots, having to do this. But you were kind of thrust into it, and now you're just trying to deal with it and do the best that you can. There's something here about feeling out of balance, and this is a burden. This thing that you took on, whether or not you wanted to, is feeling like a burden. It's making you have to make tough choices that you didn't want to make. And you're feeling like, if I just drop this, then maybe I'll get back into balance. But at the same time, I think if you just correct course and try to start to do things differently, it could become a lot easier, and it could actually bring in a lot of balance. You're feeling impatient because you're either avoiding certain decisions, or you're feeling impatient because you're making a lot of decisions and it's not really getting you anywhere. It's really that you need to start making different decisions and kind of doing things a little bit differently. Yeah, I'm really getting that you're feeling out of balance. You're feeling like impatient because you just want to drop this and move on. But I think when you actually change direction a little bit and start to do this differently and just take this on a little bit differently, it's actually going to bring in the balance and the temperament and the patience that you're actually seeking. And it'll put you towards whatever your personal goals are, even if they're not super 100% in alignment with whatever the goal of this project you took on is. I don't know why I'm getting such like work. You're a leader at work. You were chosen to be a team lead or lead a project or something like that. I'm really getting that energy. Doesn't have to be that. Just take it how it resonates. Can I get a clarification for the Star reverse for Leo? I'm so sorry about that noise. I really hope it isn't too loud on the camera. Can I get a clarification for the Star reverse for Leo? The Five of Cups. It could be that you're feeling at a loss of something, like you're feeling really hopeless and like you lost something. And you were put into this position and it made you have to lose something else. Can I get another clarification for that? Can I get another clarification for the Star reverse? Clarification for the Five of Cups and the Star reverse? The Seven of Cups. Yeah, I think Ooh, okay. So you being put into this position, or you choosing to move yourself into this position, it made you feel like you lost out on other opportunities. It made you feel like you weren't allowed to go chase other opportunities. You were kind of put into this position maybe against your will. You weren't really wanting to take on this leadership role. Or you did it and now you're regretting it because you're feeling this loss of like, I could have gone and done that. Or you're kind of seeing like another path. You're kind of seeing other things happen in other areas and you're like, fuck, I could have been doing that. And now I'm stuck with this. There's a little bit of that energy. Yeah, feeling like you missed out on other choices, other opportunities. Like you didn't have a choice here. You're just feeling at a loss. Like you lost a chance to do something else. You lost opportunity to be somewhere else. And you're feeling, it's making you feel like hopeless. It's making you feel like doubtful in your own capabilities, doubtful in your chances and opportunities in the future for other things, making you feel doubtful about the outcome of this specific thing that you're dealing with right now. Just feeling some kind of loss here. Loss of opportunities, loss of options. You're kind of cornered maybe. Can I get a clarification for the Queen of Swords for Leo? Clarification for the Queen of Swords for Leo. Whoa. The Five of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. Feeling like maybe you had to do this, you had to step into this leadership role or position because it promised more money. So you're coming out of this period of financial hardship. So as much as you were reluctant to go into this because you didn't want to be in a leadership position or you weren't passionate about it, it wasn't what you wanted to do. You were kind of looking at other opportunities. You kind of maybe felt forced into it because you needed the money. And so it helped you being put into this position where you had to be the Queen of Swords and make all these decisions. You didn't want to, but it helped you because it brought you out of a period of financial struggle. Maybe you're a little bit better off now. You're not as, struggling financially, but that doesn't mean you love doing this right now. You don't have to be, I'm also getting, you don't have to be so lonely and do all of this alone. You're really in this Queen of Swords energy where you're like cutting people off, keeping people out, like not showing emotion, just like making decisions, doing what you have to do, being very cut and dry, being very straightforward. But it's because it's coming from this place of like, I feel like I have to do this alone. I have to take this on alone. But it's not like that. You don't have to do this alone. You can come out of that like, isolation mentality, that lack mentality. Maybe you took on this because you felt that it would bring in more money down the road. And so you took it because you didn't want to be financially struggling, or it would bring you out of that financial struggle period for a little bit. Can I get a clarification for the Ten of Wands reverse here for Leo? Clarification for the Ten of Wands reverse. The King of Cups reverse. When the King of Cups is already out here, that's interesting. Yeah, you're feeling emotionally unbalanced and emotionally ungrounded right now because you're really, really overwhelmed and burned out by this, and you really want to let go of this burden. You really want to release this because it's not making you feel good emotionally. It's not making you feel emotionally fulfilled. It's making you feel like, being in this position, it's making you feel like not connected to people. Like people aren't looking up to you in the way that you want to be seen as a leader. You know that you're not being the best leader right now. You know that you're being cold and cut and dry and not connecting with people, but it's kind of how you're pushing through right now. It's kind of how you're doing things because it's a lot of work and people don't understand the kind of position that you're in right now where you had to take this on, you had to do this kind of work, you had to take this leadership position. There was a lot of reasons you had to take it, but it's not really what you wanted, I'm getting. And it's not making you feel great. It's making you feel very burdened and emotionally unstable. And it's something that you wish you didn't have to do. And it kind of turned you maybe into a person or into a kind of leader, or it really changed who you are in the workplace, in a work environment. Maybe people see you in a certain way, or seeing you in a way that you don't want to be seen. They don't see you as that nice grounded King of Cups. They see you as the opposite, or you think that they see you that way, or you see yourself that way right now. You're not feeling emotionally grounded in this. It's really just feeling really overwhelming, and you're feeling burnt out, and you really want to drop this because it's a lot of work. And it's turning you into someone that you don't like very much, like at least in the workplace. It's making you have to make tough decisions, and You feel like you have to be in this Queen of Swords energy, that cut and dry. And it's turning you into someone that's kind of emotionally turned off in the workplace. Maybe you really don't have to be that way though. Can I get a clarification for the Ace of Wands for Leo? Clarification for the Ace of Wands for Leo. The King of Pentacles reverse. You really want to follow your passion, even if it's not going to bring you the King of Pentacles. I feel like you're in the Queen of Swords right now because you think it's going to lead you to the King of Pentacles. You kind of take it on this leadership role of having to make tough decisions, having to be that cut and dry type of leader and lead this project, lead this team, because you thought maybe it would bring you to the King of Pentacles. But the Ace of Wands, something's going to reinvigorate your passion that has absolutely nothing to do with the money. That even might, like, not threaten. It might even be, like, the opposite or antithesis of, oh, that's going to bring me towards the King of Pentacles. That's going to bring me towards stability and being a strong leader in terms of being very grounded and, you know, on top of things, and kind of the CEO energy, like keeping track of the money, keeping track of the books. You're kind of like, well, I want to do something that makes me passionate. Maybe that King of Pentacles energy isn't as important right now. Yeah, I feel like you just want to do something that's kind of re-spark your energy, re-spark your creativity, and it doesn't have a lot to do with chasing the money. It doesn't have to do a lot with following the money. Maybe you're feeling like you're not connected with your energetic, fiery, Leo, creative, passionate self because you've been way too over-focused on work and money. That's something that's kind of stifling that for you right now. Because the King of Pentacles reverse is sometimes someone who's so focused on money, so focused on work, that they forget to tend to like other areas of their life, which are just as important. Can I get a clarification for the Emperor reverse for Leo? Clarification for Emperor reverse for Leo. The Hermit reversed. Yeah, I'm just getting that, like, I have to do this alone. I have to be alone. I have to take on all these responsibilities by myself. I have to complete all these tasks. It's my job. It's my duty. It's my responsibility. And if I let that go, then I just... You really don't have to be alone, Leo. I think that you've done a lot of things alone. I think you've had a lot of lessons in spending time alone or doing things alone, accomplishing things alone in recent months or even years. And I think this is saying that, like, you've been in hermit mode, you've been doing things alone for a long time, and it might be finally time to come out of that. Maybe you feel like the Emperor, where you have to be in control, and it's kind of closed you off from people. It's kind of made people look at you in a certain way that you're not fond of. Maybe people are starting to see you, or you're starting to see yourself as someone who spends too much time alone, and it's kind of like that cold loner energy. There's a lot of that energy here with the Queen of Swords, the King of Cups reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed, like Emperor reversed. You're feeling out of control because you don't want to do this alone, but you feel like you have to. But I think it's really time to come out of that mentality of I have to take this on alone. Like, you've done enough of being alone, doing things alone, like being in that isolated space so that you can get shit done, closing yourself off to people so that you can get shit done. I don't think that's necessary anymore. I think what will really benefit you here is opening yourself up to being warm towards the people that you're leading, or being warm towards your teammates. Delegating tasks so that everything can get done and it's not all on you. I think you put a lot of responsibility on yourself that isn't, it's self-imposed. Like, you don't need to do all that alone. It just takes you trusting other people enough to give up a little bit of that power so that things can get done. It's not all on you. Yeah, it's time to come out of that hermit mode. Like, you don't need to be in that space anymore. There's people that want to help you. You know, especially if you're leading a team, there's people that want to get this done too. You have the same vision. You should be sharing the same goal and vision. Can I get a clarification for the King of Cups for Leo? Clarification for the King of Cups for Leo. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think it's really time to open yourself up to the people around you, open yourself up to help, kind of step into that leadership role that's a lot more warm and connected to people and interpersonal and friendly and giving and kind. And it's going to make you feel really emotionally fulfilled. If this doesn't have to do with work, there's a lot of energies of just doing things alone, focusing on work, making tough decisions, feeling really overwhelmed and burnt out, missing that passion. I think when you open yourself up emotionally, you're going to find that. You're going to find a lot of emotional fulfillment in your work, in your team spaces, in this goal you're trying to reach, and the people you're surrounded by. It just has to do with kind of opening yourself up and warming yourself up to the people around you. And you'll start to feel more balanced as well. You'll start to feel more balanced and at peace. All right, Leo, let's pull 3 cards of advice for you. Any messages of advice here for Leo regarding this spread? Any messages of advice here for Leo regarding this spread? Any messages of advice for Leo? Any other messages of advice for Leo? Yeah, okay. It's like the sayings are, the cards are a little bit different. They're illustrated and called different things, so I just have to make sure I'm saying the right things. So the 3 of Wands reversed, the 8 of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed. Love it. Okay, so the 3 of Wands reversed is maybe saying that it's time to stop planning, looking into the future all the time, doing things all the time. Like, it might be time to just slow down a little bit and focus on the here and now. I feel like you may be a little too focused on that end goal instead of focusing more on the right here and now, what you're doing, the decisions you're making, how you're delegating tasks, how you're leading this team, the kind of relationships you're building with this team and these people. I think those are all really important, and you're very focused on the end goal. You're very focused on looking into the future and where this is going to go, the direction of this. But it's time to kind of like chill out a little bit and just focus on the present. Maybe tune down your energy a little bit because you've been feeling really burnt out, because you've been exuding a little too much energy, putting a little too much energy into this. It may be time to just chill out and focus on the present a little bit is what I'm getting. With the 8 of Swords reversed, you got to release yourself from this like self-imposed like imprisonment. I feel like you feel trapped in this because you're like taking on a lot more responsibility than you were actually given, than you were actually tasked with. Like, there's a lot here about needing to delegate more to other people and not taking all of this on yourself. Like, because no one's expecting that of you. I think you expect that a lot of yourself, but it's not really like that. I know a lot of people that are like that. It's not specific to Leos. It's time to like release yourself from that like mind prison a little bit where you feel stuck in this, or you feel like, oh my God, I have all this responsibility and I have to do all these things and blah, 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 blah. Like, people are expecting all these things of me and I have to get this all done by myself, and, you know, so much is riding on this. I think you're taking it way more seriously than you need to. Like, yes, this is probably important, but at the same time, it's like, I think you're trapped in your mind about the hypotheticals and the self-imposed, like, responsibility and restriction and feeling trapped or feeling held back or feeling kind of stuck. It's time to release yourself from a lot of that negative mental energy that's keeping you, like, kind of burnt out, kind of in loner mode. It's time to release yourself from that. And with the Queen of Swords reverse, that energy was really sticking out to me in this reading, the Queen of Swords. It's time to really step out of that energy of like, I need to be this hardcore leader and make all these decisions and be cut and dry, be straightforward, you know, I can't be warm and personable with people. It's time to actually step into that warm and personable, because I think that will make you a better leader, that will make you someone you recognize, that will make you a stronger person in the workplace, that will really help you connect with the people that you're leading or the people on your team. You don't have to take on all this responsibility by yourself. You don't have to make all of these tough decisions. You know, I just feel like it's not as serious as you're taking it. And if you just give yourself a little bit of a break, delegate some tasks, move some things around, you know, take a little bit of break here and there, refocus on what the goal actually is, focus on the present and what you're doing right now to reach that goal. Kind of let your guard down a little bit, not be so like, I have to be the boss and people have to see me as the boss. You know, be warm, be personable, be friends with the people that you're working with. These are people that you have a shared common goal and vision with. It's okay to be friends with them and be personable with them and not be so, uptight. Let them in on, you know, what the purpose of all of this is, and let your guard down a little bit. You don't have to be so cold and straightforward all the time. It's okay to get a little bit warm and personable, and it'll really help this whole project thrive. It'll help you be a better leader, help you have a better perspective of this whole thing. People will start to be more comfortable with you and trusting of you as a leader. It'll all come together. I really see this for you, Leo. So, Leo, I'm going to leave it there. I really enjoyed this reading. This was interesting. It was very work oriented, and I just feel that you're stepping into a leadership position, and there's a lot of that energy here. But I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I really got a lot out of it. I hope that you got a lot out of it. If any of this resonated with you, please leave comments down below. I would love to hear about them. As always, in my description box, you can find my email. I am open for bookings for personal readings, so if you would like one, just reach out to me and we can set something up. You can also find my Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. I will be doing an announcement this month on Instagram, so feel free to check out my Instagram. You can also find those links to those Spotify playlists, including my March playlist, and you can find my PayPal link if you'd like to donate. Leo, I love you guys so much. This is some pretty good energy. It just takes you softening up a little bit. You can be exactly the kind of leader that you want to be, and you will be able to accomplish this. I believe in you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next reading.